Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, August 4th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have a really good slate of MLB games. I think we have a really good set of matchups. I think that we have some really good pitching matchups. I think we have some advantages, a lot more than others. But before we did just go ahead and dive into today's plays, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, way more than you guys will ever know. So, before we did dive into yesterday's plays, I did just want to go ahead and do a quick recap. As much as I would love to not do a recap because it was a very, very, very rough day, we still got to do one. We got to be transparent. We got to be open about everything that happened. And you guys see it up in the corner anyway, so it's not like it really matters. But we definitely gave back yesterday. So we did go 2-0 2 days ago, and then we did end up going 0-2 with a voided game because it ended up getting postponed. So we ended up going 0-2-1 yesterday. So we gave back. There's absolutely no doubt. But we did end up giving back some of the money. But it is what it is. So we did have the Phillies plus a half in the first 5 versus the Braves. This one was really solid. It was looking really good all the way up until the 5th inning. Braves hit a solo shot, and they ended up going up 1-0 and followed through with it. So it was very, very unfortunate. Both pitchers actually did pitch really, really well throughout the game up until the 5th inning, like I said. So in the bottom of the 5th, Atlanta solo shot to cover, so it was very, very unfortunate. Then we did have Kansas City plus a half in the first 5 versus the White Sox as well. Brady Singer really just pitched pretty poorly. He gave up 4 runs in the first 5 innings, and Kansas City just couldn't do much on the offensive side of things, which I kind of expected. I really just expected it to be in a tie, to be completely honest. But, you know, it is what it is. We ended up going 0-2 on the day, 0-2-1. So hopefully we can bounce back from this, and I think that we definitely can because I did end up finding 2 plays that I really did like. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. So our first play of the day, we're going to be taking the Athletics and the Angels under 4.5 here in the first 5 innings at minus 120 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, the Angels, they are 56, 40, and 6 to the under in the first 5, which is actually the best under percentage in the first 5 innings in the entire MLB. So I really do like our odds with that one. Not to mention the Angels and their roster just in general, they have gone under pretty often here. They're 7-3 in their last 10 to the under, so I do like that stat as well. They have been not only pretty good on defense, but they have been pretty bad on offense, so I really do like that combination of things. And the A's are kind of in a similar situation. They are 53, 49, and 1 to the under in their last 5 games. They are 53, 49, and 1 to the under in the first 5 innings over the course of the entire season. But they are also 5-5 to the under in their last 10, so they are 50%. Kind of a coin flip when it comes to that last 10. So hopefully it can land in our favor this time. But we do have a really good pitcher on the mound for the A's. So Paul Blackburn is going to be on the mound. He's been very solid all year. He has a 4.15 ERA over the course of the season, a 2.38 ERA versus the Angels through 11 and 1/3 innings pitched. So he has been really solid versus the Angels this year, and he has a pretty good sample size too. I mean, 11 and 1/3 innings pitched, that's definitely good enough. And he has a 1.71 ERA on the road. So a lot of these pitchers, they are better at home. Not Paul Blackburn. Blackburn loves to go to the opponent's stadiums, and he loves to show out. So hopefully he can do that for us once again. And in Paul Blackburn's last 3 road games, he has given up 0, 5, and 0 earned runs. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. And Jansen Junk is going to be on the mound here for the Angels. Now, he does technically have a 0.0 ERA. Now, it is a little bit juiced because he has only played 2 games. So it's not like he has a huge sample size. He's only played in 2 games, and he only has 1 inning pitched in his first game, and he only has 5 innings pitched in his second game that he has started. So both those games, he really hasn't seen a whole lot of time. He hasn't seen a whole lot of pitches. But as you saw, he had 1 in the first game and 5 in the second game. So I do think he gets a full run here. Maybe not the full game, obviously, but I do think he goes through 5. And so far, he has been pretty solid. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. And he did pitch against some pretty good teams, too. He did pitch against the Blue Jays, who have been a red-hot bat here recently. So hopefully it ends up working out. Not to mention, both these offenses haven't necessarily been the best. Oakland is 29th when it comes to runs per game, and the Angels, they are 25th. So both these teams are in the bottom 5 when it comes to runs per game just over the course of the entire season. Angels, they are also a pretty solid defense. They are 13th when it comes to runs allowed, so they are in that top 15. They're in the top 50% of MLB when it comes to runs allowed. They don't give up a ton of runs. They're kind of in that middle tier. Oakland, they are 20th, so they are more low in the lower end of things, but the Oakland A's haven't given up more than 5 runs in their last 6 games, so they have been really solid in their last 6 games, not giving up a lot of runs, and I definitely think they can do that again. So that's going to be our first play of the day. The A's and the Angels under in the first 5, under 4.5, at minus 120 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking a very square bet, but I do like it, especially in this spot. We're taking the Astros minus 1.5 here versus the Guardians at minus 115 odds. Now, the Astros, they are coming off of a 5-run win here recently in their last game, so they have been very, very solid here. I'm not sure if I'm recording this the night before, so they may have another game like as it's finishing up. I am going to just check that real quick while I am talking about some of the other plays. But the Guardians, they necessarily haven't been a tremendous team when it comes to cover percentage just over the course of everything. They only have covered in 2 of their last 5 games, and I just checked it. The Astros, that was their last game versus the Red Sox, coming off of a 5-run win. Houston, they are 29 and 26 to the run line on the road this year, so they are a lot more profitable than not on the run line to the run line on the road. Wow. Cleveland, as a home underdog this year, they are 10 and 11 to the run line. So Cleveland has been a pretty solid cover team, but I think that we do see a little bit of value here. This Astros team is no joke, and they have their best pitcher on the mound here. They have Justin Verlander for Houston with a 14-3 record, and those 14 wins have come by a pretty large margin. He does have a 1.81 ERA over the course of the season, a 1.72 ERA on the road, and a 0.78 ERA in his last 5 games. So not only has he been great just in general, a 1.72 on the road, so he's even better than he is at home on the road, and a 0.78 in his last 5. He has been fantastic in these last 5 games, and I think he can do that for us once again. He also, in the last 9 games that he has started, the Astros have covered this run line in 8 of them, so hopefully we can see more of that, and I definitely think we can. Zach Plesac is going to be on the mound here for Cleveland. He has a 2-9 record in starts in games that he has started, with a 4.33 ERA over the course of the season, a 5.84 ERA in his last 5 games, and a 13.5 versus Houston. Now, he has only pitched 4 innings versus them, but 13.5 through only 4 innings is really, really not very good. So hopefully we can see some more of that. Not to mention, if it does end up going to the bullpens, well, Houston has the best bullpen ERA in the entire MLB, and it's not even super close, and Cleveland has 8th. So Cleveland doesn't have a bad bullpen, but when you're going up against the best bullpen and their best starting pitcher, I do think it's going to be very tough for them to win. So we're going to be riding with that for our second and final play of the day. Astros minus 1.5 versus the Guardians at minus 115 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.